Welcome to another video yet again. So I'm going to be talking about a tiny penny stock currently trading under $1 per share that has an upcoming biotech merger catalyst. Now, this is a company I haven't covered before on this channel. And drop a quick like for me on this video if you are enjoying this content. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on because these plays are extremely time sensitive. But as you can see in the small cap market lately, guys, pharmaceutical stocks have been absolutely going parabolic. This has been the hottest sector by far, as we saw ticker THAR go up around 500% since last week. I believe this one ran around 400% in just one day at the peak and is actually starting to run today as well. And then we had ticker EPIX, which is the top gainer by far in the entire small cap market today. And this one ran, I believe, around 400% at the peak. So I'm going to be talking about another biotech gem in the penny stock market that has a ton of potential. This is a company with a very low dilution risk, no warrants to really worry about. They are cash flow positive. And just on Friday of last week, just 3 days ago, we saw a massive 13D filing that just came out showing an insider increased his position in the company by 580,000 shares, which is an extremely bullish indicator. Also, make sure you watch this entire video all the way until the end so you can see another penny stock that does have a massive catalyst that should be coming out this week. So you should be watching this one very closely as well. And looking at the top gainer for the day, it is another pharmaceutical company. This one is called EPIX. Something really weird is going on with EPIX. Apparently news is pending. It has been halted for, I believe, hours now, but this one is currently up 227%. It does say, looking at THAR, this is a stock that basically ran from $1 all the way to $9 for just around a 600% plus gainer at the peak. Just last week we saw a ton of other biotech plays go 100 to 200% plus. So it's pretty obvious that there is a biotech theme going on right now. And like I said, guys, today the top gainer is EPIX. We're seeing THAR have continuation even after that massive run. It is still up 70%. As of right now, the stock I'm talking about in this video is DSS Inc., which is currently trading under 90 cents or just right at 90 cents per share. And this is a company that operates in the product packaging, biotechnology, direct commercial lending, securities and investment management, alternative trading, digital transformation, secure living, and alternative energy businesses. And they do have a very diversified business, but they are heavily involved in the pharmaceutical sector. The company also invests in or acquires companies in the biohealth and biomedical fields, including businesses that focus on the advancement of drug discovery and prevention, inhibition, and treatment of neurological, oncological, and immune-related diseases. Looking at their most recent press release, you can see exactly 2 months ago, DSS Inc., or their subsidiary Impact Biomedical Inc., announced a strategic merger. So this is the massive catalyst we are looking at. You can see on August 22nd, 3 days ago, we had this massive 13D filing showing that this insider owns 69.6% of this company. So he now owns 6,730,000 shares. And you can see from the previous 13D filing that his ownership did actually increase, as his ownership went from 6,148,000 shares all the way up to over 6.7 million shares. If you look at this 13D filing from December of last year, you can see this same insider only owned 5.1 million shares at the time. So he has been continuously loading up on shares. He hasn't been selling. Now, it is very risky when you do have one insider that has this much stake, a 70% ownership stake in the company. It is a lot of control, so anything could happen. But just for the fact that he hasn't been selling any shares, he just keeps loading up every few months, is extremely bullish in this case. And we do have catalyst just to put on top of that. I do want to talk about something else. We are expecting potential rate cuts to come in September, and this is a very diversified business. And if we go back to their business description, you can see that this company is also involved in the banking and lending sector as well as the real estate market. And these sectors alone could greatly benefit from the rate cuts we are expecting soon. So that is something else that's really positive. You can see on the daily chart right here, we are on the verge of forming a bullish golden cross. You can see that is when the 50-day moving average moves up under the 200-day moving average, which is this red line, and goes above it. So that is an extremely bullish indicator, as well as this MACD, which is on the verge of switching over as well, which will in fact cause bullish momentum to the upside. You can see just recently this one ran to $1.40 with, just around, less than 600,000 in total volume. So it does show it does have range, and that was a pretty big move with, very low volume. As you can see, the market cap for this company is only sitting at, an $8 million valuation. The average volume over the last 3 months is only sitting at 86,000 shares. Their free float is only sitting at 2 million shares according to Liable. So a very tiny float with volume, guys. I think this one does have a ton of potential. We have some really nice indicators that are setting up, and historically this one always does in fact like to bounce from this bottomed out area. As you can see, multiple times every time we've hit this level, it does actually see a really nice bounce from this 80 to 90 cent level. Like I said, this is a company that is expected to greatly benefit from the interest rate cuts that we are expected to have soon. They are involved in multiple sectors that should benefit from this, and we do have this massive merger catalyst, as this one is sitting at a bottomed out area on the chart. So really do like this setup. Looking on dilution tracker, you can see the free float, according to this, which is probably more accurate than Webull, is sitting at 3.8 million shares. Offering ability is medium. Overhead supply is low. No warrants. No convertible notes to worry about. Historically, they haven't really diluted that many shares. I don't think they've diluted any shares since 2024. So that's always a good sign. And they are cash flow positive. So, it's very unlikely they would dilute at this bottomed out area. So overall, it's just a pretty low dilution risk, and we do have catalyst. So that is why I am liking DSS, trading at 90 cents per share. The last stock I do want to talk about is NLSP, which is NLS Pharmaceutics Ltd. Currently trading at $2.60 per share. Now, we do have the vote for the proposed merger with Catalyst. So we could be seeing news later today or tomorrow with that merger. If this merger does in fact go through during this biotech theme, guys, I could see this one having a massive rally. Just looking at the chart, you can see next resistance level is just around 281. And then if we do hold over $3, the next biggest level after that, I could see this one having a really nice leg up to the upside. So this one is currently trading at $2.60. I have been talking about this one a lot lately. It is already up massively, and we are waiting for that merger catalyst to hit. On my channel, I have covered this one many times, and we have basically seen 130% plus gainers from my alerts on this play. So it has been a really nice winner on this channel overall. News could come anytime now. We are expecting it this week, as the merger deadline is on the last day of this month. And I think that's all I have for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think of these plays, any other plays you're watching, and I will see you on the next video.